Hello. Today at papermuse.co, we are doing a wedding invitation assembly demonstration video to show you how to assemble the wedding invitation suite you see here. So let's get started by going over all of the various elements in this wedding invitation suite. So here, what we have is a double layer wedding invitation. This is done with silver thermography. That's a raised print style. Very beautiful, very timeless. And this has a layering card on the back. This suite also has an RSVP card with an RSVP envelope and an additional details card. We're also going to be wrapping a Vellum jacket around the finished suite as well as a belly band. So let's get started. This is the outer envelope also, by the way. This has a liner, and you can see how to assemble the liners in one of our other videos. So what we're going to do is we're going to move out many of the pieces that we don't need right away and set out the pieces that we do. Let's go ahead and gather these up. I always recommend in all of my videos that your first step be to wash your hands. Make sure that you scrub them really well with a good soap and do your best to get all of the natural oils off of your fingers. Also, I recommend that you don't have any bright nail polish on when you're assembling. Occasionally, you might nick your nail across the invitation and it can leave a mark. So those are just recommendations to think about before you get started. So you're going to want to lay out a nice, wide, clean space. Make sure you don't have any beverages nearby. We also recommend not drinking any alcohol when you're assembling your invitations. You want them to be as perfect and pristine as possible. So just set aside some time where you're not feeling too stressed. Maybe put on some music. Maybe have either your family or your bridal party assist you. But we overall don't recommend that it be a social affair because you need to pay attention and make sure that these are done correctly. But we also want you to have a good time while you're doing it because they're so special. So what you're going to want to start with is we have our backing layer and our invitation. So you're going to flip your invitation over and then you're going to be provided double-sided tape. Fun fact, tape and adhesive companies were extremely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. And right now, adhesives and tapes are very hard to acquire. So you may receive some variation of this. It might be in a different type of dispenser, but overall, they're all pretty much the same. So you're going to take your double-sided tape and we're going to be putting this around all four edges. So for the long edge, you're going to pull out a piece approximately 6.5 inches long, and you're going to get as close as you can to that edge without going over the edge. You'll lay that down. Across the top, I'd say estimate maybe 4.5 inches across that top. Again, along the side, as close to that edge as you can without going over the edge, and along the bottom. So this is the part that takes the most patience. What you're going to want to do is take these two fingers and you're going to position the invitation under your pointer finger and your thumb so that you can see exactly where to lay the invitation down that will be best centered on this backing layer card. So you're going to want to look at all four edges. You will get better at it as you go and you'll be able to better precisely do it. If you need to reposition, you do have time to pull it up within approximately, 2 to 3 minutes from when you laid it down. You're just going to want to very carefully pull it up and it will, excuse me, it will pull up from the backing layer and not damage the cards. So again, taking these fingers, you're going to want to place them here, looking around the corners, making sure that everything is straight before you lay down. And once it looks perfect, you're going to want to just gently rub across and it is done, looking good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our RSVP card. This card should have an envelope with it that's addressed and stamped already. I'm going to take it like this. you're going to place your details card on top of your invitation like this in a nice little stack. And here is where we're going to start assembling our vellum jacket. So we're going to take this whole piece. Now you can set these aside for now while you do this part. What you're going to do is you're going to place this in the center of this vellum. And again, you are going to be eyeballing it. You can create a jig for yourself if you need, but for the most part, you're going to placing it right in the center there. And you're going to be folding this over. These will just naturally fold, and you're going to be creating a crease like that. So when you do this part, you're going to make sure that you're pulling tight. Make sure that you're pulling tight and everything is straight. And then you're going to crease again. We have tried to pre-fold these jackets for our customers in the past. And unfortunately, we're not able to do it because every invitation needs to be pulled tight. And when we pre-fold them, it might be off a 1/1,000,000th of an inch. And if it's off that far, they'll be too loose on the invitation itself. So here's where I recommend that you take something called a glue dot. You can even take a very small piece of this tape. Again, there are various adhesives that you'll want to use, and put just a small glue dot right in the middle of that vellum jacket, pulling tight, pressing down. Now you have your jacket assembled. And for this wedding invitation, there's an additional belly band. It's going to be so pretty. So excited. So what you do with your belly band is, again, you center it on here, visually center it on there, and then you're going to flip. And then here, you're going to pull this tight as well. You can use double-sided tape. You can use a glue dot. You can use whatever you're provided. Get that tape close to the edge, not going over, and we're going to pull that tight. Here we are. And if you ordered wax seals, you might want to decorate your belly band with a wax seal like that. And then these enclosure cards can slip right into this beautiful package here, just like this. And then you'll take your entire package and put it into your outer envelope, like so. As I mentioned, adhesive companies are having a hard time after the pandemic. And for some reason, some of the adhesives are not as strong as they used to be. So we do recommend putting a very, very, very light amount of maybe some glue stick, again, a glue dot, a tiny piece of double-sided tape when you're closing these. And there you have it. How beautiful is that? Just gorgeous. Love this invitation so much. I hope that helped. If you have any questions, you can email us at info@papermuse.co or leave a comment below. Thank you.